In this video, I will take you through my transfer suggestions for Gameweek 20. I will cover the double Gameweek players. The video for single Gameweek players is in the description. I will use the yes, no and maybe format. The yes category has players who you should buy if you don't have them and keep if you do have them. The no category has players who you should sell if you have them and avoid if you don't have them. And the maybe category are the players who have low ownership that you should consider buying if you want to take a risk. Let me save you some time and say that the yes category will be pretty obvious. The first option for the yes category is David De Gea from Manchester United. Out of the 4 goalkeepers with double game weeks, he has made the most saves, kept the most clean sheets and got the most points. He's facing a shaky Man City side who lost in their EFL Cup fixture and a struggling Crystal Palace side. My next suggestion is an obvious one. I really tried to look for a better alternative, but in the end I have settled for Manchester United's Luke Shaw. He is in incredible form at the moment. However, be cautious as he faces Man City and Arsenal in his next 3 fixtures. The next yes suggestion is Marcus Rashford from Manchester United. He has scored in each of his last 3 fixtures and he took a penalty in the FA Cup. He then scored twice in the EFL Cup and is simply too good to ignore. The final player for the yes category is Erling Haaland from Manchester City. He has only failed to score in 5 out of 19 matches. The only reason I haven't put Kane in this category is because he is 1 yellow card away from suspension. So he will miss the second match if he is booked in the first one, like Mitrovic did in Gameweek 19. Now we move to the no category. The first no is Tottenham's Hugo Lloris. He has 1 clean sheet in his last 8 matches, and Tottenham has been leaking in defense. They are facing Arsenal and Man City, so he's one to avoid. The second no is Ivan Perisic from Tottenham. As mentioned, Tottenham have a weak defense and Perisic has only 2 attacking returns in his last 10 fixtures. Priced at 5.5 million, he's one to avoid. The third no is Wilfred Zaha from Crystal Palace. Although he's the best player in the team, you would rather use that money to punt on players from the other 3 double game week teams. The last time he scored or assisted was in November, and Crystal Palace have only won 1 match since then. The final no is Hudson Edouard from Crystal Palace. He has not started the last 5 matches in an out of form Crystal Palace side. Unless you are buying him as a budget enabler, there is no reason to get him. Now we get to the juicy part of the maybes. There is no low owned keeper among the double game week teams worth having except De Gea for this game week. In defense, we have Matt Doherty from Spurs. Yes, I've said that Spurs will most likely concede, that you shouldn't get Perisic. But those who have been playing FPL for a while know Doherty's capability, and is now preferred to Emerson Royal since the World Cup break, where he scored 3 goals. If you need a cheap defender that enables you to invest elsewhere, he is your guy. He's owned by less than 1% of teams. In midfield, I have 2 selections for you. The first is Manchester United's Bruno Fernandes. He's former FPL royalty who has 3 attacking returns in his last 4 matches. He's only owned by 3.4% of teams. The second midfield suggestion is Riyad Mahrez from Manchester City. He's a man in form with 3 attacking returns in 3 matches. He's definitely more on form than De Bruyne. He's only owned by 2.6% of teams. The next suggestion is a midfielder who plays as a forward. That is Son Heung-min from Tottenham. This is for the extremely desperate among you. We all know what he can do when he decides to turn on the afterburners, and since Tottenham have tough fixtures, they will depend on their counter-attacks to score goals, and there are few players who are more dangerous than Son in the counter-attack situations. In the forward position, we have Anthony Martial from Manchester United. He's a starting striker with a double game week, and if he scores points, he can really boost up your ranking, because he's only owned by 4.8% of teams. Now for some honorable mentions. We have Julian Alvarez, who if he's given a significant amount of minutes has a high chance of scoring. We also have Crystal Palace's Jordan Ayew and Manchester United's Christian Eriksen and Casemiro. If they get points, they can really help your rank this game week. Thank you for watching. Let me know who you'll be getting from this list in the comments below, and also let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and have fun.